Sobriety gives you things. People talk about that part a lot. What they don't talk about is what it takes. Getting sober didn't just remove substances from my life. It removed the way I coped, the way I softened edges, the way I escaped my own thoughts. And I wasn't prepared for how much I would miss that. Sobriety took my numbing. It took the thing I reached for when my chest felt tight or my thoughts wouldn't slow down. It took the instant relief, the illusion that I could step outside myself for a while. People call that freedom, but it still felt like a loss. Sobriety took my distraction. Using gave me somewhere to go when I didn't want to be present, when I didn't want to feel my body, when I didn't want to remember. Getting sober meant staying with boredom, staying with discomfort, staying with feelings that didn't have a clear reason or a clean ending. Sobriety took my false confidence. Using made me feel louder, braver, more certain than I actually was. It gave me a temporary sense of ease in rooms where I didn't feel like I belonged. Without it, I felt exposed, quieter, more aware of how unsure I really was. That was unsettling. Sobriety also took my excuses. When I was using, there was always something to blame. The substances, the chaos, the fallout. Getting sober meant looking at myself without those buffers, and that wasn't empowering at first. It was uncomfortable. Sobriety took my familiar identity. I didn't know who I was without the story I'd been living inside. The habits, the rituals, the version of myself that was always reacting, always surviving. Without that, I felt empty, not peaceful, not hopeful, just blank. No one really prepares you for that part, for the grief that comes with doing the right thing, for missing something you know was killing you. But grief doesn't mean you made the wrong choice. It means something mattered. Sobriety taught my shortcuts. There was no fast way out of a bad day anymore. No chemical reset button. No way to skip the hard parts. If I wanted relief, I had to earn it slowly. Through rest. Through honesty. Through asking for help. That was frustrating. Sobriety took my illusions. It took the belief that I could control things if I tried harder. It took the fantasy that I could use normally someday. It took the lie that I was different enough for the rules not to apply to me. Letting go of that wasn't inspiring. It was sobering. And here's the part people get uncomfortable with. Some days I resented what sobriety took. I resented how much effort it required, how exposed it made me feel, how slow everything was. I didn't feel grateful. I felt raw. But something else happened too, quietly, over time. Sobriety didn't just take, it made space. When the numbing was gone, my feelings returned. Not all at once, not neatly, but honestly. When the distraction disappeared, I started noticing my life again. My body, my limits, my needs. When the false confidence faded, something steadier took place. Self-respect. Sobriety took the things that were shrinking my life, and in their place it gave me the chance to build something real. Not perfect, not exciting every day, but real. I don't talk about what sobriety took from me to scare anyone. I talk about it because pretending recovery is only gain sets people up to leave when the losses show up. If you know loss is part of it, you don't panic when it arrives. You stay. If you're sober and you miss what you gave up, you're not broken. If you feel grief instead of gratitude, you're not failing. You're adjusting to a life that no longer lets you disappear. And that takes time. Sobriety took a lot from me. But what it took were things that kept me trapped. What it gave me came slower, but it stayed. If you're here and you're feeling the weight of what sobriety has taken from you, I want you to know this. Loss doesn't mean this isn't working. Sometimes it means you're finally awake. Truth brings light.